Tuesday, March 14th, 1944. Dear Kitty, perhaps it would be entertaining for you, though not the least for me, to hear what we are going to eat today. As the chairwoman has worked downstairs, I'm sitting on the Van Dan's table at the moment. I have a handkerchief soaked in some good scent, bought before we came here, over my mouth and held against my nose. You won't gather much from this, so let's begin at the beginning. The people from whom we obtained food coupons have been caught, so we just have our 5 ration cards and no extra coupons and no fats. As both Mipe and Kupuyas are ill, LA hasn't had time to do any shopping, so the atmosphere is dreary and dejected, and so is the food. From tomorrow we shall not have a scrap of fat, butter, or margarine left. We can't have fried potatoes to save bread for breakfast any longer, so we have porridge instead. And as Mrs. Van Daan thinks we're starving, we have bought some full cream milk under the counter. Our supper today consists of a hash made from kale which has been preserved in a barrel. Hence the precautionary measure with the handkerchief. It's incredible how kale can stink when it's a year old. The smell in the room is a mixture of bad plums, strong preservatives, and rotten eggs. Ugh, the mere thought of eating that muck makes me sick. Added to this, our potatoes are suffering from such peculiar diseases that our 2 buckets of pommes de terre, one whole ones ends up in the stove. We amuse ourselves by searching for all the different kinds of diseases, and have come to the conclusion that they range from cancer to smallpox to measles. Oh no, it's no joke to be in hiding during the 4th year of the war. It's only the whole rotten business was over. Quite honestly, I wouldn't care so much about the food, if only it were more pleasant here in other ways. There's the rub. The tedious existence is beginning to make us all touchy. The following are the views of the 5 grown-ups of the present situation. Mrs. Van Daan. The job as queen of the kitchen lost its attraction a long time ago. It's dull to sit and do nothing, so I go back to my cooking again. Still, I have to complain that it's impossible to cook without any fats, and all these nasty smells make me sick. Nothing but ingratitude and rude remarks do I get in return for my services. I am always the black sheep, always the guilty one. Moreover, according to me, very little progress is made in the war. In the end, the Germans will still win. I'm afraid we're going to starve, and I'm in a bad mood. I scold everyone. Mr. Van Daan. I must smoke and smoke and smoke, and then the food, the political situation, and Curling's moods don't seem so bad. Curly is a darling wife. But if he hasn't anything to smoke, then nothing is right, and that is what one hears. I'm getting ill. We don't live well enough. I must have meat. Frightfully stupid person, my Curly. After this, a terrific quarrel is sure to follow. Mr. Frank. Food is not very important, but I would love a slice of rye bread now. I feel so terribly hungry. If I were Mrs. Van Daan, I would have put a stop to Mr. Van Daan's everlasting smoking